Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing well. Today we're going to be reviewing the Joyo Space Verb reverb pedal, so let's take a deep dive straight in. So first let's have a look at the packaging and the unit itself, and then we'll do a sound test, and then we'll draw some conclusions at the end. So the packaging looks really good. It comes in its own presentation box, which is really impressive. There's a very official looking Joyo hologram seal here. And inside we have one of the most basic instruction manuals I've ever seen. But it's actually pretty cool, and who needs more than this? It tells you what kind of power supply it requires. And one thing to note right away is that this needs a 9V DC power supply. It does not accept a battery in the back, just due to its compact size. So this is a cool little foam insert which keeps the pedal in place during shipping. I really like to see things like this. It stops the pedal getting damaged and scratched and rattled about inside the box. So there's the pedal in all its glory. If we remove it from the box, it's got a nice rubberized foot on it, and also comes with a 3M branded sticky Velcro patch. Cut to shape, of course. Perfect for sticking to your pedal board. I'll hang on to that, it looks really cool. Now this Joyo Space Verb reverb pedal comes from the Iron Man series, and I can see why. It looks a bit like Tony Stark had a hand in the R&D. An all metal chassis with a very cool little flip up lid to reveal all the dials underneath. What's also cool is when the device is on and the LEDs are shining bright, it lights up the Joyo logo. So we have the 1/4" input jack, the 9V DC power supply, and then the output. Worth noting this is a mono device only. And then we can see on the faceplate we have 4 individual controls: decay, tone, mix, and then you can select which type of reverb you want. And you get some selections here which is really cool for the price. You get to choose from room, hall, church, and plate. And we're going to sample all of those reverbs in a sound test in a moment. The pedal feels really heavy and really sturdy. It does not feel flimsy and lightweight, which for the price you'd expect it to feel a little bit cheaper than it does. Now over the years I've used a lot of reverb pedals, and it seems to be that about £100 or about £100 would get you a really good solid usable reverb pedal that you'd really want to keep. This pedal cost me £45, so well under $50. Now that's way under the price that I'd expect to be paying for a unit such as this, but let's see if the sounds can live up to it. Now if you're a regular to the channel, which hopefully you are, you've probably heard me talk about guitar tone in terms of context, in terms of light and shade. Now when it comes to reverb, I always think of it in one of two ways. Either it's going to add some natural ambience such as a room, short, boxy decay, or it'll be really prominent in the mix with a really long decay time, a bit like if you played your guitar through a very loud amplifier in a church. So in today's test we'll be looking at both of those sounds in contrast against each other. As you probably know, I like to write new guitar compositions for my videos, and today's no different. So hopefully you'll enjoy those pieces, and we'll be able to really get to the bottom of whether this pedal is worth the money or not. guitar looping in the background, the signal's completely dry. As you can hear when I disengage the pedal, the guitar signal sounds exactly the same, and that's because it's got all the dials wound back when it's engaged. So you can see that that is true bypass. There's no coloration of the sound, there's no dip or boost in volume. So let's jump into the first setting. I'm going to leave the mix 50-50, so we're getting equal measures of dry and wet signal, just for now. And the second thing I want to mention right off the bat is this is the tone dial, and this tone dial on the top right here affects the high-end frequencies. So effectively it's like being sat in a glass conservatory where the guitar sound that you would be playing would bounce back from those bright surfaces, from those glassy hard surfaces, and you'd hear them. And that's in comparison to if you wound this all the way down, and that would be as if you were sat in a very sort of soft padded, softly furnished room where all those high reflection sounds would be absorbed and you wouldn't really hear them as much. But what I'm going to do, just so we can pick up on them, I'm going to wind it around to just past 3/4 there, so we can get a sense of them. It really does have an effect, that dial, so I'm quite impressed with that. So first setting, we're set to room, so I think we should try and get a nice ambient room sound, a boxy, realistic room. And this is obviously when you're recording, you don't have any of that ambient sound coming from your guitar, you just have the pure dry signal. So what this should be doing now is adding that, sort of simulating that room sound that you would expect to hear. It sounds very bizarre and very sterile when you're listening to music or any kind of guitar. There's absolutely no ambience with it. I know a lot of disco music has a very dry, very clean signal. But in most situations, other than say disco, reggae, maybe ska, where you just have a very, very tight, clean sound, in most other situations you would have that accompanying room ambience. So this pedal does a pretty good job of adding that in, just giving it a very, very subtle flavour. You can hear the tails on that get quite big. Almost like it's as powerful as a church setting on another pedal. But I think it sounds the best when it's a bit more boxy. If we were to ramp up the mix. It's really nice, very subtle, which is really key to having a good quality reverb. It's subtlety in most cases. So let's wind that down. And now let's have a quick look at the hall setting. Now we'll notice the tails on this get very long very quickly. So you can already hear it's like you've taken your guitar to a church and you can hear it reverberating around the huge sort of ceilings and coming back to you. It takes a long time for the signal to pass that far, and that's hence the delay, or what they call the reverb tails, the decay. Listen to how crazy this can get. You can hear a little bit of distortion with that signal sound. I don't think you would ever push it that far. For me, that's a more realistic setting, and again, it's about subtlety. The reason I selected these chords again because they're low register, they're very complex with lots of rich harmonics. And the definition's definitely still there, so I'm very impressed with that. Let's move on. Now this church setting, basically has a slight ambient, almost analog waver to it. And what I mean by that is with a lot of analog pedals, not only does it replicate or give a longer sort of original dry signal, but it also shimmers a little bit as well. It's not to be confused with a shimmer pedal. This does not have a shimmer setting, but it kind of gets into that very ethereal, kind of majestic. You'll hear what I mean as I start to dial this up. Very post-rocky, very ambient, very drone-like and shoegaze. Lots of uses for that. Again, the clarity is fantastic. Even with all those huge decays after the notes. You can hear that sounds really quite crisp. Even with such a long decay, the sound still sounds crisp. The definition's still there, and the dynamics of my playing are coming through as well, which is very unusual. A lot of times it gets very muddy. And let's now look at the last setting. So a plate should give you a very early reflection. Anytime you see a plate reverb, kind of imagine a great big glass sheet in front of you, and that plate effectively is going to give you a lot of early reflections. What's good about that is it maintains a lot of clarity. It doesn't have huge decay, it has a reasonably short decay, but it does have the swell, the initial swell, so that's quite a nice setting. It's one of my favourites on this pedal. Let's have a dial it back. It's good. Very usable, again subtle, but you can absolutely go crazy with it. Really give it everything. So that's a totally wet mix. Huge plate. You can really hear it moving around there. The harmonics are still being allowed to breathe, which is very often you'll hear them being compressed and it'll get very muddy and dark. But everything seems quite nice if we give it a little bit. In fact, if we give it the last little bit of tone there just to enable those high reflections to come through the high frequencies. Very good. If I wind them off, see it sort of dampens the high frequencies. So a very useful dial indeed. So guys, what did you think to that? No, really, I am interested. Put it in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Did you think it was cheap tat, or was it worth the money? I feel like my opinion on this pedal is a little bit mixed. It's built well, it's a small form factor, it'll fit on my pedal board really easily. The sounds are pretty good, but I've got to say, they're not quite studio quality. If you play a lot of ambient stuff or drone or post-rock, then this pedal's not quite going to have the fidelity you're looking for. But if you're just looking for a decent reverb that you can plug into the effects loop of your amp, then this will do you a pretty good job, especially for the price. If you think about the cost of a Hall of Fame 2 pedal, that's going to be £80 to £90. Maybe about 95 bucks. And it is going to have a better sound quality than this. But if you're just playing live and you want to click something on to give you a little bit of ambience when you're doing a solo, then this is going to do exactly that for you. So yeah guys, I'd have to say my overall rating would be maybe a 6 or 7 out of 10. So as ever guys, thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe. It'll really help me and the channel out. And don't forget to hit the alarm so you get a notification every time I upload a video. So until next time, see you again guys. Bye.